Hi friends, I'm Anna Helman. Thanks so much for being here. Today I want to make some fun cards along with you and share some really simple and quick techniques you can try. We're going to do a technique you can use with your stamps, a technique you can use with printed papers, and a technique you can use with embossing folders. And you'll see how these beautiful cards come together quickly. Let's get started. I'd like to start first with the embossing folder technique. Now we are going to apply some ink to this embossing folder for a really fun technique. And to try to keep things a little bit cleaner here, I've got some grid paper underneath, and I am going to apply put some grid paper over here as well. Now, the side I have up, this is actually the back side of my embossing folder. So the polka dots here are raised up, and that is the area I'm going to apply the ink to. So I would imagine many of you have seen this before, where you can apply ink directly to your embossing folders and then put your paper inside and run them through. What I'm going to do a little bit different on this one is use a few colors of ink. And I'm going to apply this in more of like a diagonal pattern. So I have some Daffodil Delight first. Next, I used Pretty Peacock, which is part of a special release. Now, all the products I'm using in this video are brand new, now available as part of some online exclusives. And to get all the details, you can use the link in the video description below, or you can get on the website and take a look. But this Pretty Peacock is part of that. So I wanted to carefully put my paper inside. Now I'm going to run this through my cut and emboss machine, and then we'll take it out and see the results. It's always fun to use some of these techniques where you apply ink to the embossing folders, but this with the multiple colors is kind of a extra fun bonus that we can do. So here you can see what I have gotten. Now, if I had applied the ink to the other side, the dots would be white and the color in between would be ink. So we are going to use this as the background for one of my cards with some beautiful flower die cuts that I've created. Now for my second technique, let's bring in some grid paper again. And for this one, this is another one of these new products. I just have some small strips of some designer paper. It's called Naturally Gilded. But what I want to do with this, I love the foil accents. You can do this with any designer paper that has white space, but especially since this has the really nice foils, I decided I wanted to apply some color to the background. So this is a great way you can personalize if you are trying to create a card with certain colors for, let's say, a school, a student at a school, maybe a graduation, maybe a sports team, all kinds of things. If you want certain colors, this is a great way to personalize some of those papers. So I am using Starry Sky ink. This is one of my favorite blues at the moment. I absolutely love this color. And I'm going to apply it to the background of these three strips. So I've got the gold and the silver ones done here. Now here is the copper strip. Let's get this one done. And then if you wait around a few minutes, you'll be able to see here how I am going to put these onto the background of my card, and then add a few things to finish it up. Okay, so very simple technique with blending brushes and some designer papers to give us a little bit more of a personalized look with some of that pattern paper. Now, one more technique. We're going to do this one with stamps. And here is the stamp set I am going to use, Irresistible Blooms. When I first saw this, to be quite honest, I thought, oh, that looks like another flower stamp set I have. but I decided to order it anyway. I really like the greetings in it, so I decided to order it. And as soon as I opened the box, as soon as it arrived, I absolutely fell in love with it and decided, you know what, that is not like another stamp set I've had. It is definitely different. I really am enjoying using this one. So what I'm going to do, this technique is very simple, and it is called rolling. So I'm going to ink my stamp with a light color of ink. I have petal pink. And then I'm going to use a little bit darker color of ink, and I'm not going to ink it flat. I'm going to roll it around to get that color around the edges. And then I am going to stamp. So there's one example. I'm going to do this a few times and with a few different colors of ink actually. So now I am going to ink it over here off screen with So Saffron, and I am going to roll it into Daffodil Delight. And that one is a little bit hard to tell. As that dries, we might be able to see it a little bit better. But let's do another one. I'm going to ink with So Saffron and roll it in the Flirty Flamingo. And we'll do one more. I'm going to ink with that petal pink again. We'll do basically what we did the first time with the petal pink and the Flirty Flamingo. Now I'll do a couple with the leaves. I am going to ink with my Pear Pizzazz and then roll them a little bit in the Pretty Peacock. So you just get that multicolor look, which is so neat on our projects. Okay. So give me just a moment. I will be right back, and we're going to take a look at what I have turned these samples into. Okay, I'm back. I spent several minutes working on these cards, and now I want to share with you the end results. So all of the products I've used here are brand new, available as part of these online exclusives. Like I said, I'll have a link in the video description below. You can take a look at these, but let's look at this one first, the embossed background piece that I created. And I don't know if you noticed when I created it, but I'd gotten some extra little ink spots on it that I didn't want in this Pretty Peacock color that were fairly visible. So I didn't worry about it too much, and I just covered it up with some of my decorations here. So I created these die cut flowers. I did not stamp these. I just cut them out of the Hello Irresistible Designer paper. They coordinate, that paper coordinates with this die set. Here is the bundle. I showed you the stamps earlier, I believe. But anyway, so this is the die set I used to cut those flowers out and the stamps that coordinate. And then I also, on a couple of these cards, I used the classic letter stamp set. I love letter sets because sometimes you need things personalized, and you need letters to do that. So you can make stamps for names or schools or anything you want. And so I used the stamp Hello from the stamps from the pre-made greetings in Irresistible Blooms, and then I made the U out of the classic letters set. So I thought this one turned out nice. I added some of the gems that are available now. Here is the second one. I took those designer paper pieces that we blended and added the color in the background. I used this greeting from Irresistible Blooms, and then I created the 50 from Classic Letters. These will be really nice for birthdays and anniversaries and graduations too for the year. So I created that and added 2 little gems there. And then my third one, I just love how this one turned out. I used one of those really unique dies from this die set. I used this big circle die, and I created this with one of the flowers and one of the leaves that I'd done that rolling technique with. So I used that big die. I cut through the front of the card for the frame cutout to be here, and then I added the flower and the decorations on the inside and left space here for my signature. So I hope you enjoyed these cards, seeing these projects. Thanks so much for being here. If you're new, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel. Give me a comment down below. Let me know what you thought. If you have questions, please let me know. Find links for all these products in the video description below. I hope you have a blessed day, and I hope you'll be back again next time when I'll be here helping you to hand make with love.